Haven't done a video in a while. Gonna do one here. Just took it out on the interstate to kind of get a video since I haven't done one. On the interstate, I love having the blind spot there. It's so much easier than in the mirror because light don't knock it out or anything, and you can adjust it by like 3 different brightnesses. So let's see, I want to set the adaptive cruise. So we'll do this. Let's get it up to 70. Comes up like in front of you, it'll show up on the screen there, and it also does that if you go out of the lane like I just did. And I got this cool little fish tank type accessory that they sell. They sell it for all kinds of different makes that have a steering wheel like this, but it fits right in there, pops in, pops out. And it had orange on it, so of course, you know, I went for it because of the orange in the car. But I've got, as you can see, almost 5,000 miles on the car, and really happy with it. I like it. Yeah, I miss my Mirages at times, but I drove Kay's, the girl I work with, her Mirage G4 the other day, which is a 2021 Mirage G4 SE. It was the top trim like my red hatchback was. And after driving this for a year and a half and then going back and driving a Mirage, you can really feel the refinement difference. You know, I do appreciate how smooth this car is. And, you know, one good thing I like about this car is all the features it does have. Like I said, the Mirage, what I like so much about it was all of its quirks. You know, it was rough, it was gruff, it had a lot of cool features. You know, the small 3-cylinder got amazing gas mileage, and I love the look of them, but I just needed something a little bigger, a little safer, and because, you know, I take the dogs, not sure if you can see them there, they go everywhere with me, of course. Truck past me here so you don't see my phone. Alright. Cops sit down here real bad. But as you can see, it's got an 8-inch touchscreen, but it looks a lot bigger than what it is, because like when I drove the Mirage of K's, you know, it's a 7-inch, but going back to this one, I was like, wow, this one seems so much bigger. As you can see there, it picked up the car in front of it. My camera might be a little messy. But the cops, they sit over here on 68 going down this hill. And this screen you can customize, you know, to have all different screens. You can have it basic with none of them icons there, or you can do it with all of them and set up all different ones. And then it has like the main function like that for like phone type stuff, and then this one for all of the audio stuff. And then, you know, if you have Apple CarPlay going, it takes up that little center spot. Or if you hit the Apple CarPlay, that'll pop up on the left, then it takes up the full screen. Plus you can do Wi-Fi in the car, which I have set up. And, you know, it's got the telematics and stuff up there, and then when you push that, it pops open and the button's in there, which I keep all that active with the Nissan app. It has lighted sun visors, which I don't use because I hate having the light in my eye, plus I never really use a sun visor mirror, so I turn them off. But this screen is what you can really do a lot with. So you can see all the driver aids there. You can keep that up to where, like, if you go over the line, sign, it'll show you, and then blind spot there on the side, and then that front thing lights up if there's something in front of you. And then this one, which is the one I usually keep it on because it shows you the driver aids, it shows you the speed, it shows you, oh shit, there's a cop. Gotta get over, they'll pull you over. Get my speed back because I had to brake. So the speed, and then miles per gallon there, tire pressures, and then your temperature gauge, and the chassis control, which that has three things you can choose from. It has the active engine braking, which I do keep on. Like if you're slowing down off of like a freeway ramp or something, it'll like up the RPM some to help the engine brake the car so you don't have to ride the brakes so hard. And then it has active trace control, you know, which basically through turns and stuff, it helps, you know, keep the car on course using the brakes and the traction control. And then it has active ride control, which isn't like what you get in more expensive cars. This just helps like with the pitch and the motion if you're on an extra bumpy road. It does something with the engine, the VDC traction control system, and the brakes to like stop the roll and the pitch. But this car has a very solid ride to it, does really good. There's no like wallowing or anything like that. It feels very planted and stable. So then if we go back up to the top here, then you can go to the left, and there's all of your controls, which you can only look at these two while driving. But there's probably like 6 more down under that maintenance screen, which I can't go to right now. But if you go in here, you got, you know, the lane, you've got the blind spot, and then see, you can pick like 3 brightnesses. And then got the emergency brake for the front and the rear, which is awesome for the rear because if you're backing up in, say, a parking lot and someone walks behind you, the car is going to stop you. If you're backing up and get too close to something, it stops you. It's really cool. I do really like that. You can turn it on or off, and then, of course, the front emergency brake works at highway speeds and city speeds above 3 miles an hour. And then the parking aids. There's all kinds of options with them. Like on the 360 camera, it'll show up with like moving objects. It'll highlight a spot and it'll tell you. Plus, it works on the screen right here when you're backing up. The parking sensors come up and show you exactly where it's getting close to, if it's the corners, if it's the back. It's really cool. It does a lot. And the camera, if you have that moving cross traffic on, it'll show you too that something, what side it's coming on. Really does a lot with the 360 camera with this. Then that driver attention alert, that kind of alerts you to take a break if it shows that you're doing like a lot of swerving and just different driving than normal. It'll alert you. And the timer, of course, and then that comes on, I think, at 37. And then chassis control, that's where you can turn these on. The active ride control, from what I read at Nissan, it's always on. But you can turn these two on or off. And I'll kind of show you what it does when I get off the exit down here. So again, a lot of safety features with this car. I mean, it's loaded. And then of course there's the RPM screen. And then music. And then economy, which it would be getting even better, but a lot of them hills that I've been doing on the interstate here. And then back to the cruise control, which I'm going to take off right now and shut it down. So I'm going to take it back to the RPM screen because I want you to be able to see how it does the active engine brake. But everything's held up really good with the car. You can see the seat material on this. I love it. It gives like a matte finish not like shiny and greasy looking when you clean it. It's still like brand new. It has a very matte finish to it. The one problem, I love the seats in my Mirage, but the one problem I had with them, the vinyl portion of them held up extremely well. It was super thick, but like if a fingerprint or something got on it, or like the dogs licked the seat, like behind it there, I couldn't get it off. So right now I'm going down the hill here, and I'm gonna kind of hit the brakes some here to show you. See how it kicks the RPMs up to start active engine braking for you. Then when you let off them, it stops it. Now I'm hitting them again. It does work pretty cool. Alright. It's okay, buddy. We're almost to work. And of course it has the auto up down for the 2 front windows, which I really like. And it also has it on that one over there. And then I have the slightly different orange trim on the back doors back there. And I love the bows on the headrest here. It's a nice system. And then of course, you know, if you want to put it in sport mode, which it doesn't do a whole lot, there's a little button back there that you push and it comes up for drive sport. But you can see it really doesn't do much, where in the Mirage, when you put it in sport mode, it really upped the RPMs and made the car more touchy and jumpy and made it go quicker. This one more so, it helps, but it's more so at like higher speeds. I use it mainly just for, you know, engine braking again if I'm coming down a steep mountain or steep hill. But again, I like this car. It's got, you know, all the features: lane departure warning, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic. It's got adaptive cruise. It's got, you know, basically everything. The front emergency braking, rear emergency braking. It's got it all. It does very well with it too. If I had like any complaints with the car, my one complaint would be the way the vents are set up in here. They're kind of like in a little cove there, and it's really hard to see which way you're getting them pointed, like to tell if I'm pointing them this way or that way or towards the back. As you can see, you can't see them. Like in the Mirage, I could easily tell which way I was pointing them. So sometimes it's a little hard to get it to the exact spot I want it to. And then the climate control works awesome. As you can see, it's got heated seats, auto climate control, and with the remote start in this car, so when you remote start the car, it automatically knows the outside temperature, and if it's below a certain temp or above a certain temp, it'll automatically put the air conditioner on, and depending how hot, it'll turn the air on high, low, medium. In the winter, it'll start, when it starts and it's cold, it'll turn the actual heat on for you, and the heated seats, and the heated steering wheel, which is right there, which I love, and it heats the whole steering wheel, not just parts of it. And then of course the fuel door and the engine pops down there. And it's of course telescope steering wheel, which I really like. I wish my Mirage had that, a telescope to get it a little closer. I'm trying to think what else. Of course, it's got the full LED headlights up front with the LED turn signals, and it's got the LED fog lights, the LED tail lights. Like I said, for $26,000, it's, you know, really loaded, and it's got the auto brake hold and that push start. I know, buddy. We're almost there. What? I know. You gotta stand up. I see ya. It's okay. We're almost there. Here, I'll put the window down for you now. Alright, well, just wanted to do a quick video. I'm almost to work.